Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the next episode of the Perfectly Imperfect Spiritual Podcast. My name is Marta, and today I want to speak about peace, spaciousness, energetic transmission, and the ways my work has evolved very unexpectedly over the last few years. Because if somebody had told me years ago that some of the most profound experiences I would witness inside my sessions, meditations, and spaces would happen through fewer words rather than more words, I genuinely don't think I would have understood that at all. I used to associate transformation with intensity, emotional breakthroughs, conversation, insight, processing, understanding. But now I see very clearly that some experiences move through people far beyond intellectual understanding alone. And this changed my entire relationship with the work I do because over time, I stopped becoming interested only in what people intellectually understood and became much more interested in what was happening inside the body, inside the nervous system, inside awareness itself. What softens, what opens, what releases, and what reconnects. And one of the biggest surprises for me was how naturally these quieter energetic spaces started evolving through me without me consciously planning them. Meditation spaces, open energetic spaces, silent meditations, energy alignment work, transmission, presence, not as performance, not as theater, not as trying to appear mystical. Quite the opposite. The work actually became quieter, slower, more spacious, more embodied. And at the same time, something else also started unfolding very strongly for me. Light language gradually became an integral part of my work and my day-to-day life as well, and my practices, but not in the way people sometimes imagine it superficially online. For me, it's not about performance. It feels more like consciousness moving through the body in ways that language alone cannot fully contain. Sometimes my hand begin moving spontaneously. Sometimes language itself changes. Sometimes sound emerges differently. Sometimes I begin channeling frequencies, collective consciousness, intergalactic councils, and other forms of intelligence that were not part of my awareness years ago. And that's exciting, very exciting. And what is fascinating for me is that these experiences are not static either. I have guides that have remained with me consistently for years, but I also started noticing that new beings, new forms of consciousness, and new energetic intelligence began entering the work over time, almost as though the work itself keeps evolving alongside my own awareness and capacity. And honestly, there are moments where my body reacts very physically during this work. I can start crying while aligning somebody's energy. I can start burping, yes, burping repeatedly while working through energetic blockages or emotional density inside someone's system. My body responds in real time to what is moving energetically through the space. And although I understand that some of these experiences may sound unusual intellectually, what what matters most to me is not the phenomena itself. It is what happens to people afterwards and during the process as well. The way somebody's nervous system softens after years of holding tension constantly. The way emotions suddenly begin moving that had remained trapped inside the body for years. The tears that emerge without a logical explanation. The feeling people describe of finally reconnecting with themselves again after feeling emotionally fragmented for a very long time. This is the part that matters to me because I think there are dimensions of human experience that cannot always be fully accessed through conversation alone. Some things are understood cognitively, but some things are felt somatically first. The body understands before the mind catches up. And I think many people are exhausted from living almost entirely inside mental processing all the time, analyzing themselves constantly, explaining themselves, consuming information, trying to think their way into peace. But awareness doesn't always soften through more intellectual understanding. Sometimes it softens through safety, through spaciousness, through reduced fragmentation, through finally no longer needing to defend yourself internally every second, and of course, externally as well. And I think this is why these quieter spaces have become so important to me now. Not because they're passive, not because they're empty, but because there's something profoundly restorative about spaces where people no longer need to perform their identity constantly, where the body can breathe, where awareness can settle, where emotions can move naturally, where presence itself becomes enough. And interestingly, these spaces also became a kind of filter because not everybody feels comfortable once distraction reduces. Not everybody wants direct contact with themselves without constant stimulation buffering the experience. And I don't say that critically. I think many people have survived through movement, noise, productivity, overstimulation, and emotional avoidance for so long that peace can initially feel confronting before it feels restorative. But the people who are truly ready for this work are usually willing to remain present with themselves honestly, not perfectly, not fearlessly, but honestly. Because there is a profound difference between consuming spirituality and genuinely allowing yourself to encounter yourself. And maybe that is why peace has become so sacred to me now, not as an escape from life, but as a way of reconnecting with life more truthfully. Thank you for being here with me today. And I hope maybe after this episode, you allow yourself a little more spaciousness too, not to force clarity, not to achieve anything, not to become somebody else, just enough quiet to hear yourself again underneath everything else. I'll speak to you again very soon in the next episode. Bye for now.